Ah! Whoa, oh. Yeah, I think everything's still a little bit busted. Hi everybody, hello, it is me, Himawari Kotetsu, and how are you today? Hope you're all having a good one, because I am a little bit frozen. And I was trying, you may be thinking, hey, Himawari, aren't you starting a little bit later than you normally would? Aren't you going out a little bit different timing-wise? And the answer to that is yes, I am. I am incredibly late. And I'm late because of one very specific reason. That is that I still haven't been able to get my heater fixed, and I am freezing cold. So I don't know what we're doing today, but we're gonna try and do something, because I didn't want to be missing 2 days in a row. Man, when it rains, it just keeps raining. And then it rains, and then it rains some more, and then it rains a little bit more after that, and you know what? It just does not stop raining. So right now, I am delightfully bundled up in... Well, you can't see it, but it's a secret underlayer somewhere between here. But yeah, no, it is really damn cold, and all of my heating stuff is kind of busted, so I've just got a heated blanket down here underneath the podium. You'd think, hey, listen, you got that robot stuff going for you, right? No, that's not good enough. I'm still gonna freeze. Turns out, the hydraulics and whatnot can freeze as well. So, you know, you do your own thing, right? And then you freeze your ass off, and then you just sob as everything falls apart. So, what are we doing today? I have no idea, but I'd like to still do something. I'd like to hang out. I'd like to find some games or something. I'm thinking maybe, since I'm a bit frozen, we could do some Frostpunk. I hope I can actually manage to hold on to enough of my sanity to actually do some streaming today, in terms of some gaming content or something else. Normally, you should be planning these things out. You should have yourself a stream itinerary going in, and I have failed to do that. But I am panicking, so you know what? Hey, who knows? Maybe we'll be able to just handle this just fine. So, yes. Alright, let's get down to business. What is business on today? Today's business is the business of figuring out the business that we're going to do. And by that, I mean we're probably going to wind up going back to Star Sector, because I had a lot of fun the other day when we were playing that. I really did. For me, personally, I think I'm torn between doing either Star Sector or doing some Frostpunk, just because I think the Frostpunk would be thematic, considering that is a game about staying away from freezing to death, and I am trying to do that myself. The cryogenic stream. Yes, my room's heater. Completely busted. You know, we could play Cryostasis. I think I've got a physical copy of that somewhere. The question is where to find it so that I can play it. Because there's a few games that I really do enjoy that are all about being frozen. And I could play almost any of those, or we could also just go back and do one of my comfort games, which would be Darktide, which is just an enjoyable little know-nothing experience. Did I mention that I'm cold? Man! It is still winter. It is freezing. And my studio does not seem to retain heat very well, which is just great. And my heated blanket has decided that it also wishes to die. My Tootsies is cold. Give me a bit and I will be warmed up and ready to go, and we'll be able to have an enjoyable stream today. Hopefully. And if not, well, I am glad to go through a clusterfuck of a stream with the community. Because you know what? We all have bad days, and we all have good days. And if I'm lucky, maybe today will be a good day. What do you call a snowman with a six-pack? Ooh, what do you call a snowman with a six-pack? Also, hello, CJ. Hello. Yeah. The abdominal snowman. The abdominal snowman. Ah, shit. That made me actually think about the... Remember those animated shorts that would play on TV, like, all the time? I think they still do, but they were from, like, the 1960s, and no matter where you went in the United States for a while, they were being shown literally everywhere, and they had the one with the snowman who I think was actually friendly, because I don't really remember thinking about it. The contents of them, I just remember the look of them. Because I remember Snow Miser. I remember the pseudo-buff snowman, but I also don't know. Is that just me mixing it with Monsters, Inc.? Oh, man. Talking and actually getting a jacket on, bundling up immensely, has managed to make it so I can kind of hold myself together. It's good. It's good. As we all know, freezing is an uncomfortable thing. So, how did I get into this situation? So, I am living in a split sort of house, right? I've got my section of the house, which is like the tall little isolated thing. Neighbors got their isolated bit of the house. And it's basically two little isolated sectors of things to try and keep things going with warmth and everything else. So it's got central air, but it's got two little central air bits, and it's got central heating, but it's got two central heating bits. And apparently something's gone wrong with mine, because I am just having to deal with weeks and weeks now of things being frosty cold. And while I was able to use a space heater for a while, I had the joy of figuring out that my space heater's plug melted. And I'm not sure why, but the plug itself, the electrical outlet plug, has melted and bulged out in the middle, causing all of the rubber that was around it, all of the insulation, to melt off the sides, because I can't have happiness in my life and things can't go right. So I'm trying, and I have been trying, to figure out different ways to, even though I can't afford to get that thing fixed, to try and get alternatives around that, because as per usual, my priorities are massively out of whack. Instead of paying to fix that, I got a model done for the channel, because I have no understanding of where monetary priorities should go. Yeah, a financial expert I am not. This is also part of why I never ask for money from you guys, because I know that a lot of my own problems are entirely my own creation when it comes to financial stuff. Holy crap, man. It's just, when it rains, because it's like, okay, I'm gonna save up, I'm gonna do that trip, it's gonna be good. And then it's just, hey, guess what? Your heating's gonna break. Or, like last time I tried to save up for a trip, it was, oh hey, the rear axle broke. I love living in a tropical country, no need to deal with snow on your doorstep. Well, I mean, you got other things as well. If you're in a tropical country, you still have to worry about keeping cool. Yeah. When you told me how much you spent on the new model, I was wondering if you were insane. Yes, I am insane. Thank you for noticing. Yeah, no, my priorities are massively messed up, and I usually wind up putting all of my eggs in completely the wrong basket, and then the basket explodes. So, if I can't be a good example, at the very least I can maybe be a semi-decent warning. And the warning of today is, be careful with your finances, because things will just fall apart. Are models ludicrously expensive or something? Okay, they are not. You can get freebie models. They will do just fine. You can get live 2D models. They will work just fine. You can get really cheap and really affordable models. Kirsha has an amazing model and has a new model coming, and even the new model is only like $100, right? It's dependent on who you're finding, what you want to do with it, what's your focus, things like that, right? I am spending way too much money on a model that isn't going to really help the channel that much, and trying to play with the big boys when I can barely handle playing with the little boys. The little fish. There we go. You can't hang out with the big boys, you can't fight with the men, so you're stuck with the kids, you know what I mean? The $100 model is the Yick model, I think, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, there are cheapo models, right? And there are ways to handle things, like even some of the biggest channels in streaming are using like freebie materials that are free for use, They're public domain in some cases, they're Creative Commons, just requiring attribution, or it's like $5, $10, right? There are ways to do this incredibly cheaply. I'm just an idiot. I'm just an idiot. And that is something that I've had to come to grips with for a long time, is that while I may have some amazing ideas that'd be really cool to implement, my goodness, there's never enough money to get them implemented. And it turns out, siphoning money from literally every other aspect of your life to support a hobby is not a good idea. It's not a good idea in the slightest. And there are many smarter ways I can do literally everything that I'm doing here. Don't think it should be seen as a waste of money. If you like the result, it's fun. Oh, I love the result. The result is phenomenal. Like, there is so much wonderful work being done on this, and it is being done really, really well. Don't go bankrupt. Well, I'm not in debt, so I do have emergency things set up. It's just I'm gonna have to try and just put my foot down on some things that I really wanted to get done, and instead put that towards actually not freezing to death. Because turns out, heat is nice, heat is warm, heat is good. Now, I do have a potential lead on a heater that I could maybe use for another space heater, since my old one melted. And I'm hopeful that that one won't burn my house down, because that heater has been in the family for a long time. My old heater was also in the family for a long time. I know that too, but I'm still making the same mistakes. Yeah! Listen. Sometimes people will learn their lesson when something goes horribly, horribly wrong. Then there's people like me, and some of you guys as well, who we will make the same mistakes over and over and over. And we'll also slam our hands into our microphone. And we will never learn. Because, you know what? Learning would require use of the brain. See, there's the thing, right? I've talked about this before. And let me see, can I even do my hand tracking in these gloves? Yes, I can. Hand tracking will not be as accurate as it sometimes is. I'm gonna have to do slow, deliberate movements. Dads be like, this thing carried me through my childhood, it'll do the same for you. Yes! Yes! Yes. But the new heater that I may be able to get is even older than the last one, and it has no electronics at all. It's entirely a mechanical heater, and it's one of those ones that if you don't, like, constantly baby it, it will catch on fire. The old one would at least start clicking, and then you'd have to, like, you know, unplug it or whatnot, at least until it melted. But this one, I don't know if I want to pick that up. I'm gonna be honest. I'm getting to that point where I'm like, hey, is it such a bad idea if I just, like, start a wood fire inside the old heater, since that's already busted? Maybe. Oh, I wish I just had a chimney. I wish I just had a chimney and a fireplace. You give me that, and I could at least chop firewood and then bring that in and heat up, you know? I hate how there are so few... So, this place, right? This is one of the oldest houses in the state. Not the country, but the state, right? This is like one of the oldest houses in the state. And it had full support for a furnace, a fireplace, coal, and a bunch of other things. But at some point, somebody blocked off basically everything except for the city heater. I thought every house... No! All of the actual houses have them. The question is, are they usable? The house I'm in has one, but they've blocked it off. Which, you know, that's fun. It also has a coal furnace as a backup, but that's also blocked off. Because instead of actually tearing literally anything out anytime they had to update this house over the last, like, over 200 years? The last over 200 years, well over 200 years, they have just added on. And it is so just completely... Let me put it this way. This house had 4 different electrical systems. when one was no longer allowed to be used, instead of tearing it out when they needed to do an upgrade to meet modern standards, they'd put another one next to the old one. So it has knob and tube wiring running alongside modern wiring, running alongside even older wiring, all just still left in the floors of the house. We have a gas heater, an electric heater, a coal heater, a wood heater, and a fireplace, almost none of which actually work right now. On the bright side, older houses tend to have a lot of space. Kick its ass. Yeah, I kind of want to. Damn, it's worse than commie blocks. Yeah, well, the commie blocks, at least at a certain time, they fall apart. This is made out of wood and brick and good old sturdy materials, and they've just, like, repeatedly added on. There was a place out back, I'm not gonna, like, dox anything, but there was a place out back that was, like, a full workshop for, like, carriages and stuff, and it got burned down because somebody had been trying so many times to convert it that when they tried to convert it into a marijuana growing house, they tried to convert the carriage workshop into a marijuana place, right? Their electrical wiring that they did burnt down the entire workshop bit and almost burned down the entire neighborhood. So, yeah, no, it's a little bit rough. It's not in great shape. And I will tell you right now, there's a lot of stuff that is just, it exists because it has been grandfathered in. Give me a second here, my throat is apparently dying. Yeah, they're supposed to stand for like 30 to 50 years, but some are in better shape than the new ones. Yeah! Yeah. Should have been smoking the supply while they were taking care of the wiring. Have you seen Josh anywhere? Josh? 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 You should know that I know a lot of Joshes. Which Josh are we talking about? I know like a lot of Joshes. I think I know like 7 or 8 of them. Josh! 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 Man, but yeah, no, so it's like, I am being taunted because there is a wood stove, right? Or there is like a wood furnace, but it's not hooked up to anything, so I can't use it. And there is, like, the gas one, and I can't use it. And there's the electric one, and I can't use it. And I'm just like, half of this entire building's basement is just built up of redundant stuff that's not hooked into anything. Guy who wears a suit to everything. Likes bow ties. Nah, it doesn't ring any bells. But yeah, seriously, it's just, it's a little bit kind of rough, I'm gonna be honest. And I am hopeful, I am very hopeful that given enough time, I will be able to successfully get at least something working in this damn house. And Nyan, hello Nyan, and hello everybody else. Hello, hello, and welcome. Today we are going to be trying not to freeze to death, and I'm also going to be trying to keep my brain on the right subject here, because my legs are frozen, and I am wrapped up in thermals. I've got thermals on. I have heated blanket on. I have my work jacket. Okay, I have not pulled out this. You guys can't see it. Yeah, I'm gonna break the illusion. I am wearing my old security jacket. And this thing is rated for sub-zero temperatures for military operations. And it is actually finally able to keep my upper body kind of warm. Because this I've got the inner jacket insulating layer. I've got the outer jacket layer. I've got gloves on. I've got my thick pants on, I've got my boots on, I've got everything on to try and keep me warm because this house is fucking frozen and it sucks. And it's like, well, hey, just get it fixed. And it's like, okay, yeah, as soon as I save up, thank you. As soon as I save up, I guess I am going to be dumping in a pile of money to try and get that fixed so I am not frozen to death. Like, it's just... Again, I don't like talking about some of this stuff because it feels like I'm always bitching about it, but that's because every time I turn around, there's some new insanity going wrong, and I'm kind of getting tired of having an interesting life. While on the bright side, it always gives me something to talk about on stream. I've always got something. On the downside, eventually you get kind of tired of, hey guys, this new interesting thing has gone horribly, horribly wrong in my life. Let's talk about that. Let's sit around the campfire and talk about how everything sucks forever. Life has been kicking you in the nuts a lot lately. It has! That said, we did have a few month period where it was kind of calm. Things were kind of nice. Things were getting a bit better. We're having a little bit of an up, and then it's just, hey, welcome back to down. And I'm gonna be honest, it gets a little bit, because it's like, sometimes you'll wake up and you'll be like, hey, I feel incredibly depressed today. Maybe I need to go get the, oh wait, that's why I'm depressed, because everything's going to hell. But even when these things sort of go wrong like this, you gotta try to find some way to make it, and today's way of making it is just throwing on my old kit, throwing on a heated blanket, and trying to keep myself warm, and more importantly, trying to keep my dog warm, because I want to make sure that my service dog has a comfortable life as long as she's still with us, right? She is, she's not doing too well, you know, but I'm going to make sure she's comfortable. I'm going to make sure she's happy. I'm going to make sure things go well. I've got her special food. I've got everything nice for her. I have a doggo. Pick now. I've talked about the dog a few times. I don't want to show pics because she's a very recognizable dog. She's a mutt in a nice special way. She's very pretty doggo. She's my little service doggo and she's great. I realize that I talk a lot about things, but I also try to keep things cloistered as well. And I know that's not, like, the most interesting way to handle things, but you'll forgive me if I'm having some issues along the way, trying to get myself into a good spot where I can feel comfortable talking about certain things or certain details of things, right? It's just how my wiring works based on what I'm comfortable with and not. But my lovely little service dog has been with me for a very long time. And I know that eventually we're going to lose her, and I am slightly worried that it's going to be sooner rather than later, but until then, I'm keeping her comfortable. I got her a little heated doggy bed. She's got a heated dog bed. It's not you. It's the one guy who goes, hey, I recognize that dog, and puts together part A and part B, and then I'm doxxed. You see the issue there? Because I used to do content creation years ago. And I don't need somebody seeing my dog and going, oh, I saw that in this picture. A plus B equals C. So no. Yeah, it's not you that I'm worried about. It's people who are definitely going to put some pieces together. That said, I've already had a few people who claim to know who I am, and it's like, okay, sure. I'm still not going to go out of my way and try to make that a big thing. But I got her some good food, got her plenty of treats, got her nice warm blankets. She is curled up and sleeping. She's adorable. She's just sleeping. Want to see the doggo? Ooh. Hey, Monte, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. Oh, man. I think we might just wind up doing a Zatsu today and just talking about stuff. Hope you guys don't mind. I mean, I know a lot of the other VTubers wind up doing, like, just Zatsus that are just, like, no necessary purpose to it, just hang out. I was just telling folks that pretty much all of the methods I use to heat this house have kind of failed, so I'm currently just in my combat gear. I got my old work uniform on, and I'm wearing a heated blanket, and I'm just trying not to freeze. In before your local cashier recognizes the dog. Yeah. Man. She's getting up there in years. So it's not like it's any start a fire. Yeah. Just let me start a fire. Just let me start a fire right here. It's just like Zomboid. We're just gonna build the fire in the middle of the house. It's gonna be fine. Have you tried turning on a hairdryer? Might thaw out the house. You joke? But I have something similar. I actually do have a hairdryer because I used to have very nice, long, luxurious hair. I still do, see? Look, it's right there. But, I do actually have a hairdryer, and I have been using the hairdryer. I've been using heated blankets. I've been using a lot of different things. You'd think the Zomboid would have provided you for cold weather survival better. Hey! I am plenty prepared for cold weather survival. I've got my gear on, okay? I have my gear on, and I'm comfy. You know what? Actually, we should... Wait, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait, let's get into a proper outfit. Do I still have the... Where is it? Hold on. Cold weather kills my lungs. Okay, wait, hold on. Do I have... I've got an outfit somewhere in here. Give me a second. We're gonna bring up an outfit that will be perfectly appropriate for how freezing cold I am. I just need to find it real quick. This is the joys of having a bunch of different outfits and whatnot. Okay. Where are you? Get a couple of ceramic planter pots, a couple of candles. Yeah! Well, I've been using that for when I need to go to sleep, right? I've got a few different methods for, like, warming things up when I'm going to sleep. The main problem isn't necessarily the sleeping quarters. It's where the studio is. It's already naturally not good at staying warm. It really, really wants to go super freaking cold as often as it can. Long hair. Your hair's less than an inch long. Okay. That's only because I'm 1 foot tall. Okay? Tried to use a 500-watt ceramic heater. Amazon Basics thing wasn't strong enough. Yeah! I had my heater and the plug melted. And it's busted. If you're cold, they're cold. Let the wildlife inside. If I could just get a swarm of possums to climb on me and keep me warm, I would be fine with that. You know what I mean? Just get swarmed by possums who are just, like, sitting on me, and it's just like, yes, this is true happiness. Oh, man. There are options I can go to, but as I've said a few times here, I don't usually like going to family for things. Well, I'm fine with going to some family members, but they can't really help as much with this, and I really, really, really do not want to go to some others. Yes, I have a family member who could very quickly solve a lot of these issues, but the requirements that they have in order to be willing to do that are not ones that I wish to make use of, if I can say it that way. Yeah, let's say it diplomatically like that. Let's say it diplomatically. Excuse me a second. Too much bullshit? Oh yeah. She is, she's difficult. Where is it? Do I have it? Ah, damn it, I don't have it anymore. Ah, well. Get a new plug for the heater, just take one from something else. Okay. They want you to marry their daughter-in-law? No, she's an asshole. And always has been. And I know very well that she does nothing for free. Ever. And I'm not sure I want to repay that debt. Not this time. There have been too many times I've trusted her ass. It's just how it goes. Oh, and if you're watching this, hi! Not even for family? Damn, no. No. I'm not trusting her basically ever again. Yeah. Not again. So, yeah, I am going to get in touch with my dad. Well, I have gotten in touch with my dad, and he has said that he is going to take care of it. However, he's concerned and doesn't necessarily want to do it right now because he's like, I want to tear the entire thing apart, run the traces, and find out what caused it to melt in the first place, because it won't be up to code. It's like, yes, please examine the entire house. Yes, I have the time, the energy, and the money to be without electricity and without heat for several days while you run through all of my electrical systems in this beat-to-shit house. Just so you can make sure it's up to electrical code. I love my father so much. I love him so much. He's the best. He's the best evil overlord a man could ask for. You know that? We'll break it and rebuild in our image. Okay, so I am a lovely little evil overlord. I know that. Take a lot after my father. He's a good man too. But you know, sometimes when you're trying to conquest a planet, you just need to actually conquest the planet, you know? Not rework everything to meet intergalactic building code anytime you find anything wrong with it, which then stalls the invasion for like a year or 2 years because you're dealing with everything. Hello, Neutral, and hello, everybody else. Welcome. This is literally just us all hanging out and chatting. I feel like this is good because we can all just kind of have a good time. There's not really a game getting in the way or anything else. We're just, you know. Oh, you know. Okay, Monte, I do. This house has knob and tube wiring. It also has like 4 other wiring setups. This house is one of the oldest houses in my entire state, maybe even the state area, and every single time they've upgraded or updated the house, they don't remove anything, they've just added on top of it. So I've got like 6 circuit boxes. I've got knob and tube wiring. I've got a bunch of different fucking wiring, and it's awful. There are lead pipes in the house that have just been left in the house that aren't hooked up to anything. There is a coal furnace that isn't hooked up to anything. A stove, a wooden furnace that isn't hooked up to anything. I keep saying wooden stove, but it's like a wooden furnace that isn't hooked up to anything. There's a gas, and there's... Yeah, my electric system belongs in a museum. My several electric systems belong in a museum, and it fucking sucks. Got my mom a 1,500 watt, 24-inch Hunter brand space heater at a junk shop, lasted for years. Yeah. Sounds like a future haunted house that just doesn't make sense. Okay, so the thing is, right? This house, I think I can say this. This house was set up to be historically preserved at one point, and people abused the shit out of that. I can say that. People basically abused the shit out of that for years. And it is in a hoodie area, a very, very hoodie area, a very criminally minded area. And so it's not exactly easy to get people to come in and fix anything. And also the fact that if we do anything, we basically have to fix everything. It already is considered historic. It's already considered historic. Was your house some Confederate command post that had ancient wiring? It was one of the first houses built in the region before the state that I'm in was actually recognized as a state and was instead a territory. It is one of the original houses. It's been just upgraded and updated and modified and torn out and torn apart and put back together. It's great. I love it so much because that has nothing negative that comes with it. Nothing ever negative comes with it, I swear. It fucking sucks.
Place has been through a lot. Yeah. Yeah, it's also almost burnt down like 6 or 7 times. Good architect planning. So no gray-coated ghosts wandering the halls at night. Listen, I wish. Are you kidding me? If I had Confederate ghosts all around my house, I would be so happy. The problem is my house is too old to have been Confederate ghosts. You know what I mean? Because my house was around before the Civil War. So I guess they'd be like American ghosts? Maybe like French ghosts, considering the region, but still. Get the horny ghost? House Frozen, what do you mean? I mean I don't have heat in my house and I'm freezing cold. Colonist ghosts. Speaking of in my old house, the internet lines froze. It was crazy. That sucks, man. That fucking sucks. Yeah. House Frozen. Soup. Okay, right now, I was trying to find a model that I had that basically had my combat uniform. So I am inside of my cold weather survival kit. I have a heated blanket over my lap. I've got some hot food. My service dog is in the corner of the room, is laying on a heated blanket. Well, a heated bed. It's a heated dog bed that's supposed to be special for dogs. How long do the big, strong repairmen come to your home? I have to have the money to be able to do that. I get paid monthly, so I've got to wait until next month for it to actually be able... Like, I have to wait until next month to be able to pay folks for it. Okay, if it really becomes an issue and, like, my dog starts suffering from it, I will do whatever it takes. I will go groveling to the family member I don't really want to talk to. And she'll probably be able to fix it in a fucking heartbeat. And I will probably be fucking humiliated. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Exactly. Hopefully it's just a case of I wait till the new month rolls over, I pay people back what I owe them, I use the money that I can in order to try and get this stuff repaired, and maybe I'll be comfy. Fingers crossed. Turn on oven, open door, aim box fan into room, blow warm air in. I could do that, but I'm on a different floor than the oven. That's the main issue, right? Like, there are ways to heat things up. One of the things that I did do, which has actually been fairly helpful, is I did some, like, I heated up a bunch of water, right, in a container, and I let the container sit on a little platform there so I could heat things up, and then I'm just kind of, like, occasionally moving the hot, like, reheating the water, so the heat is kind of coming off of it. I've also been doing some cooking to try and make sure that I can keep things warm as well. I do have a backup blanket that's like an emergency survival blanket. The problem with that one... It's very noisy. You try getting a 50-gallon metal drum and burning kindling in it? I need a way to vent the fumes. Oh, man, I need a way to vent the fumes, man. But yeah, so, what are we doing now? Are we gonna eat expired MREs? I mean, I've got an expired MRE. You want me to, like, just eat that on stream? Keep the window open. Yeah, you just, like, burn something, put the window open, have something to, like, direct the smoke out of the area. Yeah, that could work. Is that the VTubing sensation, Himawari? Yes, it is, Horace. Hello, how are you doing? Expired what? Meal ready to eat, MRE. It's a military meal that's made for, like, rations when you're in combat and whatnot. No heater and no food? No, I've got food. I luckily have food. I've got decent groceries. I was able to do some help for some other folks. Managed to get my grocery situation situated. Like I said, a lot of what I do is working for other folks, and then instead of getting paid, I'll work for, like, groceries or the like, so I can try and, you know, not be as, like, reliant on the government or reliant on handouts or anything. I like to earn what I get as opposed to getting it for free. Inspired MRE rating. Yeah! Hey guys, welcome to my rating list where we're gonna be rating every MRE I've ever had.
Number 3 is gonna surprise you, and I think you might be surprised at how much of a race there is for the bottom, because some of these are gonna get really bad. Up next, we're gonna be talking about the Russian MREs, including the little candle that gives you cancer when you burn it. Oh, man. I have another friend in the state that goes to food banks. The place isn't too big on EBTs, like. Yeah. What about MREs? We're making a joke. Also, what's up is that my house is kind of frozen. The heater's down, and hopefully that won't be a problem. The funny thing is, right? So heating is down. I don't have heating. My air conditioning works fine, so if I need to make it colder, I can do that in a heartbeat. Himawari still has a... Dude, hardtack is easy to make. Are you kidding me? Hardtack pemmican? Wish my heater didn't work. Oh, you monster. You want to trade? You want to trade? Also, are we talking heater as in, like, space heater or a gun? Because, I mean, you know. Russian MREs look like dog food with a lot of expired crackers. It depends on which ones you're talking about. Yeah, no, hardtack is easy to make. It's also easy to eat. I've had a lot of really cool MREs over the years. Okay, have you guys ever had the South Korean MREs? I had one of those years back, right? It was surplus South Korean MRE, and it had a pack of ramen with it, which surprised the heck out of me. But the ramen itself had a bunch of beans in it, and you were supposed to serve it cold, and it came with jelly. It came with like an apple jelly. It came like with an apple jelly, and you're supposed to cook it, heat it, then chill it. And I'm like, where am I getting ice cubes to chill my MRE? Where? Or like, am I supposed to leave it out until it gets cold? And it's like, well, you can eat it hot or cold. It's like, but if I'm cooking it, won't it be hot from cooking? Why would I let it get cold? Please explain. I also had, oh geez, was it Estonian or Latvian? It was either Estonian or Latvian as an MRE, and that one had these little gummy bears in it that were really, really tasty. Like, really, really tasty. Never had an MRE, but I've had 6-month expired jar of pickles. Does that count? Yes. Yes. Chinese or Taiwanese army MRE? I could see that. I could see that being fun. Honestly, I survived for like 6 years on nothing but MREs. So it wouldn't be that big a deal, but I also wouldn't be super happy going back onto MREs. MREs are... The title is technically accurate. I mean, it is ready to eat, right? It is ready to eat. You're good to go. Meal? That could be a bit questioning, you know? Gonna be eating MREs and crayons in a few years. Ooh, you gonna share some of those? I like the red ones. They're my favorite. They taste like strawberries. Also, the Russian MREs that I had came with, as I was talking about, it had a little candle in it, right? And you would rip open the lid and it would automatically turn on the candle. Like the candle would spark on when you opened the little lid of the thing. And it had this really disgusting smell, but you were supposed to use the like tea candle to cook all of the food in the MREs. Are MREs feasible long term? How long is your long term? MREs do expire. And when they expire pretty bad. If you're getting brand new MREs, it's probably gonna wanna be cycled like what, every 4 years, 5 years? Pemmican, if you're making traditional, where it's like basically a bouillon cube, that can last you like 300 years, right? There was it a cousin or an uncle? There was somebody in my family, I can't remember who actually got like a whole cow and turned all of it into pemmican. MREs are a 5-year shelf life. I thought it was 3 for some reason. Okay, so 5 years, yeah. Yeah, so you could probably push it out to 6. You could probably push it out to 6 if you really wanted to, but I wouldn't go more than that. I wouldn't, like, go eating mega expired MREs. Probably be careful with that stuff. Certain things in an MRE, right? Certain things in an MRE will still be good, right? But other things most definitely will not be safe. And especially don't go eating MREs from the 70s. Worst mistake of my life. I mean, what? No, I'm making a joke on that front. There's a channel that, like, eats really old MREs. I think he had a Korean War MRE, a Vietnam War MRE. There's a lot of stuff like that. It's cool. Seen the Civil War MREs that hadn't expired. Apparently they have something that... Pemmican basically doesn't. Hardtack basically doesn't. So most of the things that those MREs were made with basically don't expire, which is the entire point. Because you didn't really have refrigeration, you didn't really have a... Well, you did have refrigeration, but refrigeration wasn't, like, portable. Steve MRE, 1989. Hell yeah. So, this is something that I've actually talked about a lot on the channel, right? There are many ways that you can survive and still have electricity, still have food, long after a lot of things fall apart, right? Honey and crackers are also a good post-apocalyptic MRE. Yep. Honey does not go bad, but you do have to reliquefy it if it goes solid. Or you can just eat it solidified, which can be kind of fun too. It's like a candy then. So, what am I talking about? If you're in sort of a situation where things are rough, right? If I was out of power, I've done this before, you can, if you have a standard generator already, but you don't have fuel for it because you're flat broke, or if you want to make your own generator, but you can basically use a drum, a metal drum, and a metal paint can, and you can use some tubing as well. Then you can put small amount of wood in the small tube, big amount of fire material in the big one, and by heating up the small chamber loaded up with wood, it makes wood gas. It turns the gas from it turns the wood from a solid to a gaseous state. Then that gas can be used to power a generator. And then you just have to keep loading in something to burn in the bottom chamber and loading up wood into the top chamber. Boom. I think cracker can go bad or taste bad. Yes, it can. Yes, it can, depending on it. You can make your own generator. Are you talking about Uwu to Owo's video where he was using the radioactive material? And he's like, we're gonna make a generator out of this! Yeah, you can. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can. We just get a whole bunch of, like, really old smoke detectors and then just use them to make a super battery. There are also there are battery banks you can make, where you can store the power and then have it come out. Hey man, hope you don't live somewhere too freezing. Oh, it is. Guys, don't worry. It is only, well, this thermometer only goes to 30 degrees Fahrenheit, so I don't know how cold it is inside my house. Yeah, it's only 30 degrees Fahrenheit inside my house. So I'm sure I'm fine. Also, did you guys know that when it gets below a certain temperature, you need to basically shut off your own water so it doesn't freeze? Yeah, luckily the water heater still works, so I can get hot water. I'm just like, why does my actual house heater not work? That'd be nice. Water heater works fine. I'm trying to find different ways to try and keep myself warm in the studio. If the feds come around, tell them your project is gonna be the bomb! Yeah! Doom, 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 doom. Boom, ba-doom, ba, 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 ba. Damn, Himawari, give me some of that cold. You want some? I'll ship it to you for free. Don't worry, man. I won't even charge you for the shipping. Eating half-century MRE. Fallout, you eat something over 200 years. Okay, Fallout is not a realistic survival situation. The Fallout games, as Bethesda shows them, could not physically ever happen. And if they had everything they needed set up to be able to happen, it would never look like the actual Fallout universe, because Bethesda doesn't know the first thing about reality, let alone the Fallout setting. And the solitary writer who's left at Bethesda is a bad writer who needs to quit his job. He needs to retire. This man is a charlatan and a shame, and I hope he never works in the industry ever again. My dude, you had your day. Just fucking retire. You're an abomination on the industry, and you need to actually quit. Go off into your sunset, drink your mojitos, and enjoy your visits to Epstein's. If you so choose to go. But get the fuck out of game design, or writing,
or anything else. Anyway.
That's how we get on a few blacklists. Remember when it was Black Isle? I remember when it was Black Isle. I remember when it was Obsidian. I remember when it was Interplay. I remember a lot of that stuff. Man. Yeah, no, the Fallout setting just cannot exist in the real world because it just, there's so much wrong with their basic fundamental understanding of how nuclear ordnance works, how it would work with how they've even described how the nuclear ordnance works. Their own world building makes it so that their world can't exist. And if it did exist, it can't exist that way. Sorry, let me read some of this stuff. If you were isekai to Warhammer 40k, what life would you want to be isekai'd into? If I had to be stuck in 40k, like had to be stuck in 40k, give me planetary governor of something in a safe sector. You know what? Hey, give me like a position on Holy Terra as one of the what are they called? Yeah, you know what? No. Give me like a position as one of like the guards of like the throne room on Terra, so I can just like not have to worry about much of anything. But Himawari, all the food was made with super preservatives. It's not the food that's my biggest problem there. The High Lords of Terra, yeah. I'll be isekai'd as a High Lord of Terra. It'll be fun. Bro, what was Stephen Hawking doing on the island? I don't know. What was he doing? It's funny how most of the people that they leak out as being on the list are dead, so they can't be brought to trial or asked any questions. Isn't that funny? Anyway, what if the toilet got frozen and you can't take a dump? I've had that happen before. Let me just say, nature finds a way. Nature finds a way. Also, I have electricity still, so what I would probably do is just use a hairdryer to melt the ice in the damn toilet, and then, you know, go from there. And hope that my damn toilet doesn't freeze. Yay. Now, there are some rooms in my house that are a bit warmer than others, and if it comes down to it, like if it absolutely comes down to it, I'll just have to go visit my parents, you know? Hey, Mr. Goldblum, you're not just doing the commercials for websites now, but streaming as well, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Home buying finds a way. Isn't it funny the one guy who could have talked ended up hanging himself? Oh, come on. No. You know what also finds a way, Himawari? Heresy. And that's why we need to find a way to stop the heresy. Come on, guys. Listen. Do your part. Kill your local heretic in 40k. Deus Volt, Deus Volt, Deus Volt. Deus Volt. Deus Volt. Deus Volt. God wills it. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so my legs are finally kind of warm, which is nice. Whew. Truly, the government would never lie to us. Exactly! That's why I always trust the government. Are you kidding me? Oh, man. Alright, I'm gonna try and adjust my heated blanket. Is that the new in Minecraft? Listen, no matter what they do, there will always be another in Minecraft. There will always be another in Minecraft. Oh, man. Hey, you know what? We should probably play some Minecraft at some point. I kind of want to play the block game, just because I have not played that in ages. The only problem is, I'm not buying that game again, and my account is still tied to an old identity. So I don't necessarily want to be like, hey, everybody, look at this old identity of mine. Here you go. We do have a few games here, but I'm kind of just having fun with just playing some, like, just chatting with you guys. You know what I mean? Don't. You could rename the old... that has risks, too. You know what I mean? That has risks, too. Play it on the Game Pass. Ugh, jeez. Unless it was deleted. No, it's still there. My account is still there. My account is still there. I've still got it.
You want around the boys and buy some great swords and great helms?
Sure, bro. I'll buy you some claymores. I wouldn't Deus Volt too much as an ortho bro, considering what y'all did in the Fourth Crusade. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. The Fourth Crusade was so long ago. Oh, man. Okay, so, I think, first of all, I want to find something else we can talk about here. So I'm gonna look up real quick some things that have been going on recently that will not get me horrifically blacklisted from a million different things. Let me see here. Huh. Oh, that's cool. I could stay depressed about my bad memory, but that's a negative way to live. Let's look on the bright side and list the advantages of having a bad memory. 1. You can read a book and see a movie over and over, enjoy it as much as the first time. If you make an inconvenient promise, you can pretend that you forgot about it and still be forgiven. This is the most important thing. Number 3, you can keep coming up with ideas without being held back by convictions of the past. Huh. Huh. Look up Texas. Monte, you know if I look up Texas, I'm just gonna glow. You know if I look up Texas, I'm just gonna glow. Mitsu! Hello, Mitsu! How are you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day. And hello, Conrail, as well. Hello, hello. We are hanging out, and I am trying to stay warm as my entire house freezes around me. It's great. That was the joke. Listen. I'm not gonna glow if we go away down south in the land of cotton. Old times there are now forgotten. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. There's buckwheat cakes and Injun batter, makes your fat a little fatter. Right away, right away, right away, Dixieland. Sorry, what? I don't know why. I just had that. It's, you know. Is that allowed? It better be. Listen.
75F there. I envy you. My thermometer is at the minimum. My indoor thermometer is at the minimum temperature it has listed for indoor temps.
Do Pike's version? Yeah. Man. All right, let me see here, real quick. Let me look up some things here real quick. What we got? I want to see some interesting stuff here. I mean, I could just sing a song because I enjoy singing, and I also enjoy driving people randomly away with off-kilter singing, and I have not properly done my vocal warm-ups because I've been stressed. Even Abraham Lincoln said it was one of the greatest tunes he'd ever heard. Well, Lincoln said a lot of things. But, you know, even a broken clock is right twice a day. Oh, man. So, everybody, I would like to take a moment and remind you all that while today is in fact a new day, never let the fears of a new day dissuade you from living in the present. And don't let the past weigh you down so much you don't do anything in the day. Today is what is here. Tomorrow hasn't been yet and may not be. And yesterday is never going to be again. There we go. I got some motivational speaking in there all the same. Let me see real quick over here. I'm trying to look for some interesting things here. What? Lame but cheaper. What? NVIDIA RTX 4080 Super? Comparisons with what? Comparisons with what? 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 Oh. Oh, no. The difference between the RTX 4080 and the RTX 4080 Super is 1 to 3%. 1 to 3% performance difference. Seriously? That little? Wow. When comparing the Super Series with the regular, it's 1 to 3% difference. That's... Huh. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. That's... Alright. The 7900 XTX is also apparently almost the exact same thing as well. Very confusing. Even megalomaniacal sociopaths like dogs and music sometimes. Yeah, I love my dog. My dog's great. And I'm a megalomaniacal sociopath. So you know what? If I like dogs, if I like music, so can you. So can you. Oh, did you see that farmers are starting to use consumer GPUs for farming? That? Farming which? Farming what? What are we farming here? Who is farm? Wait, there's another VTuber agency that's collapsing? Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. False ID's just talking about how there's a new VTuber agency that is melting down. What? Are we having another agency shutting down? Hold on. Because we, like, just had one shut down, like, last week, right? We've had a few shut down. Shit. They run out of asylum inmates? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna find that out at some point. While I'm waiting to find that out, let's look up real quick. I'm gonna go eat me some cake. Gonna go get some Coke. Coke. I like how I read that as I'm gonna eat some cake. Palworld spent $6.7 million to make a successful game, but Starfield spent $200 million. Well, the difference is they only had one writer for Starfield. And they wanted to make a game focused on the writing with one writer. And you're expecting there not to be a shit experience? Yeah, we love Coca-Cola. Man, I love Coke! Ooh-wee! Gonna use NVIDIA AI cores for crop spraying. I need to look this up. Do you got a link on that, Monte? Hey, Monte, give me a source on that. Toss me an article and we'll read it here on the stream. It'll be fun. Coca-Cola. Yeah, just a second. Just let me, Woo! Yeah, no, I don't have any... I don't have drugs and I don't take drugs. Not much of an improvement to validate and upgrade. Yeah, no, 1 to 3% difference on the cards is not really gonna sell me on that stuff. I want to watch this video real quick. You know what? Let's watch a video here. Let's watch a video live on stream, and we will see what comes out of it. I'm going to open up a thing.
Your graphics card can farm.
All right, let me see here. Let's just let's go over to the wonderful world of the game time screen, and let's just watch some videos, and then we'll talk about shit on here. And if YouTube gets taken down, well, YouTube gets taken down, and we'll find out from there. Let's find a browser capture. There's a browser capture. Yoinko. Let me see here. Okay. No. There we go. Let's see. Can I get this to capture properly? No? It's not capturing. Give me a second here. Give me a second. It's fine. It's fine. I just need to... We good? Are we good? Coke never did it for me. Love poppy seed bagels. That's why I never eat them. Mushrooms are good for your mind, though.
You know, like shiitakes and whatnot? What's up, Monte? What's up? I'm just having some problems capturing a browser. Is he not capturing? He's not captured. We're having an issue. Let me see here. Is it working? Huh. Weird. Why is it not working? Huh. Centuries of unlife can do that to you. It's okay, it happens to most men. What? What do we got? Is it working? Okay, it's working.
Way more than just crypto. John Deere showed us their AI GPU-powered crop sprayers this year at CES, and we were dumbfounded that they can be used to farm real-world crops. They're using what their rep called NVIDIA AI graphics cards to scan the ground and precisely
That's gonna make
spray
those
the
so much
crops
more
with the
expensive.
proper amount of herbicide or fertilizer.
No.
The arm at their booth had around 5 cards strapped to it, which we were told
That's gonna
only
be so
represented a
complicated.
30-foot segment of a complete 120-foot long sprayer. And if those cards are all evenly spread out along the arm, we're looking at a seriously expensive piece of machinery to save
They're
on
just
some
trying
weed
to
poison.
drive
The cards will also get crazy
money
hot, especially
to an
while they're out
insane
in
degree.
the sun. So they all need specialized cooling solutions.
Okay,
to
so
keep them from
John Deere is
exploding.
just trying to
It seems
scam
like
more
John Deere
farmers.
wants to make
Gotcha.
the lives of farmers easier in basically every way, other than letting them fix their own machines. Considering your graphics card can farm way more than just crypto.
Really? Really? So, John Deere wants to find another way to have an excuse to make their tractors even more expensive. They're gonna work with NVIDIA, and they're gonna put that in, and they're gonna force you to upgrade to it, and then you're gonna have this AI shit that you're not gonna know how to use, you're not gonna want to use, but they can make your tractor even more expensive and keep you in debt for longer. Man, that sucks. That sucks. All right. Let me just grab this thing here. I want to know, Mr. Internet, I want to know.
Unlike NVIDIA and AMD with our...
Let's find out. Let's find out, real quick. What is this?
7600 XT launch.
It's not capturing is what it is. It's not capturing. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. It's not capturing. This is fine. What is happening? It's nothing's happening is what's happening. You good? You good, bro? Okay. Why was it? It just worked. This just works. This just works. Welcome to my stream. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Because I'm having fun. And I'm having fun because I definitely know what's going on and why everything here is really, really working. It's super working, guys. Why is it? Really? So, how you guys doing? Do you also enjoy everything being busted? Sure, this'll be fine. Maybe it'll work now? Cool. Hello, Internet Man. What do you have for me? Strange Internet Man. Tell me what you have. I want to see this.
We're not going to waste anyone's time with bullshit today. The answer is 1 to
Can Frost form in a
3%.
computer tower?
That is
Yes,
3%
it can.
of the 4080 Super
I'm hoping it doesn't.
Over the original 4080. We spent 20 hours testing and validating that behavior.
All right.
And now we can produce our one-sentence review, which is 1 to 3% better than the 4080 Super. So thank you everyone for watching.
All right, there you go. There's your review. The 4080 Super is 1 to 3% better. That's great. So let's take a step back here. Let's take a step back here for a moment. Everybody, I'd like to take a step back. We're gonna take a step back over to here. Now let's take a step forward. Now back. Now forward. So, I got a question here for everybody. Why is it NVIDIA is turning out this way? Unironically, why? Just why? This is kind of ridiculous. I'm just gonna say it. So, NVIDIA, the guys who made a series of graphics cards that were a downstep in every single way from their prior cards, but just added in a proprietary new method of rendering, RTX, and then charged a fortune for it, is now releasing a super series where you can spend, what, how many thousand extra? How many hundred extra over their old card for a 1 to 3% difference? Let me look at this real quick. Let's compare the RTX, let's compare the Super and just the standard. Okay, let's just compare a standard 4070 and their new Super 4070 that apparently has almost the exact same ability. Okay, so the standard 4070, right, is $600. Sorry, it's $530. My bad. $530. Okay. Or you can buy the Super for $600. Okay. I'm a little bit confused on that. Now, presuming that they aren't immediately sold out and then locked up with literally everything. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the wrong thing. That wasn't the exact same card. So if I'm comparing effectively the same exact card, it would actually be an extra $100. Himawari, it's cheaper than the past Super cards compared to the regular versions. I still don't see why you would spend that much money on a 1 to 2% difference. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. It's a little bit silly to me. Yeah, no. It's over $100 difference. I'm looking at the averages here. So it ranges from being $100 more expensive to being $200 more expensive for the Super version. So guys, you can spend like $100 to $200 for an extra 1 to 3% efficiency on your card. Where have we come to in gaming that this is what we're doing, right? Where have we come to in computer technology that this is what we are hitting here? Where can NVIDIA decide to lock down their cards so you can't overclock them, you can't do anything with them? They're making them worse and worse every single year. And yet, we pay more and more and more every single year. What is going on here? Well, there's probably a few different things that are going on here. I think one of the easy ones that we can say on a fairly reliable basis is that you've got people who have decided they can get away with it. Most definitely. Most definitely. Hello, Joseph. Welcome to the community. It is good to see you. Hope you are having a wonderful day. We're just hanging out. We're relaxing, doing some chatting. Some good old-fashioned zatsudan. And it is delightful. Delightful. Ooh, 12 million sales on Steam and 7 million players on Xbox. Oh, that's cool. Huh. I guess the Xbox doesn't really matter as much. I mean, 19 million players is not that bad. That's gonna be cool. I do want to find out what False is talking about with a total agency meltdown. I need to kind of know. I'm confused, and I'm scared. I can't wait for him to actually talk about that stuff. Got a Radeon RX 580 armor, 8GB, made by NVIDIA friends. Point and scream at me like body snatchers. What is with the hyper NVIDIA loyalty? I think that's part of why they're able to do so much like scumbag business practices. Anytime you're in an industry, whatever the industry is, and you hyper-loyalize yourself to the company, you know, the brand, whatever that brand may be, you're gonna run into situations where you are gonna have some major issues. What is a monopoly? Well, it's when the company gets so comfortable that they're able to do whatever the hell they want. In effect, that's what it is. The practical version would be percentage of the market, this, that, the other, but it's when there's not competition, and so they can start doing anything they want. Yeah, like a fraction of the price for the performance. Like, if you're buying almost anything, you want to be spending the minimal amount of money you can possibly spend while making the maximum amount of result. What is that result? In the case of gaming, it's going to be the maximum performance. You want to get the most performance you possibly can for the best price. If you're not getting the best performance for your money, well, it's probably because either you can't afford to buy the thing that's best performance for money, or because you're doing hyper brand loyalty, where you are locking yourself in. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I do understand the fanaticism, the cult-like behavior that can come out on a lot of these different sources, but I'm gonna say right here that there is a bit of a problem in making your tribe, your cult, your group, your organization around a product or a company. Because product doesn't care about you. Company doesn't care about you, and the second they start saying that they do, you know you're in trouble. Many times product and company doesn't even care about making the money anymore, which is also a problem. Nvidia made a card of approximate specs worth 5 to 10% better just because most games are made for Nvidia. But it still saved a ton of money. Yeah, no, and that's a bad sign as well. When all the games are made for that one product and none of the others, gets the noggin jogging, don't it? Gets the noggin jogging. It's a strange thing, isn't it? We can sit down and we can examine all these different things. We can figure out all these different ways, and yet we see that instead of building a reasonable product that'll lower the price, Nvidia chooses to go with tractors, where they can use their stuff for AI so they can keep the prices high. Or they'll go with allegedly hiring individuals to do scalping. Allegedly. I don't think there's any evidence of that. I don't think they're actually doing it. But it is interesting, isn't it? It is very, very interesting how the price is never what it's listed. The list price is always somewhat high, and then the cards themselves wind up getting massively overblown, and they don't produce nearly enough, but they'll still do these things. Hey, what's up? You're my new Oshi. Well, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We are just hanging out, and I am trying not to freeze to death, because my home is very, very cold. You can't see my breath, but that's entirely because it be robot. Yeah. Man, I want to live in a world where we can have products made to make money again. You know what I mean, right? I want to live in a world where products are actually made to solve a need in the market and make money as a result. I don't see what the problem is with that. Like, a lot of times these days, we're seeing products are made to be as cheap as they possibly can be, give you as little as they possibly can, sell you on some live service or something else like that, and just milk, while also preaching at you. It's kind of strange to me, you know? It's kind of strange. Like, when you can sit down and you can look and you can go, okay, so I can pay the Nvidia tax and then have my games unthrottled, or I can not pay the Nvidia tax and in some cases change a single line of code so the game recognizes my non-Nvidia card as an Nvidia card and the game will just instantly perform better. There's a problem, right? There have been many games over the years that have been caught doing this, and it's not provably tied to Nvidia, but it is interesting how it keeps happening, isn't it? We keep seeing instances of games where if you just change the value of what your card reports itself to be, the game will just instantly run a lot better. I've noticed that a lot with games from, I want to say around 2006 to 2010. So I used to do on this channel a lot of weird, obscure retro gaming, or even just retro gaming in general, where we're going and we're touching on games that you might not have seen since 2004, 2006, things like that, right? Now, one of those things that I've noticed in some of those is that as I am using GZ Voodoo in order to emulate a card to be able to get the game running at all, if I just change, not necessarily the settings on the card, because it's still using my graphics card, but if I just change what it's reporting the card to be, I will note that the game will oftentimes run 10 to 15 frames a second better just by the game thinking it's a different card. A lot of times I would notice that NVIDIA cards, if I sent the registry notifier to be from one of their NVIDIA cards that they were trying to sell at the time for their like top of the line, it would run better. If it was just detecting my card as being something not on their roster, it would throttle the entire experience. If I was running an NVIDIA card that was running the announcement as an NVIDIA card that was older but still had the right specs for it, it would run worse. And because I'm using GZ Voodoo to test these things, I'm able to sit there and dedicate exactly how much of my memory can be used. If I was giving a card more access, more memory, more usage, more resources of my actual 16 gigabyte modern day card, many times having more resources would make the game run worse until I notified it. Hey, no. This is this other card exactly. And then it would run fine. Is that just a quirk of old gaming? I don't know, because we can't discover that with new gaming yet. But it would be nice to sit down and test AMD against NVIDIA with a powerful card, throttling it using software, and see if it actually gets the performance bits it does, or if by sending the register out, it does just automatically still reduce or increase your performance. One of the things that I was always concerned about with this whole console war is that eventually one of the consoles will win, right? When I say console war, what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the modern graphics cards, I'm talking about actual console wars, I'm talking about many of these different things, right? It's all its own version of a console war, you know what I mean? We're seeing walled gardens, we're seeing exclusive content in a way, right? It's rough, you know? The console wars never died, they just changed format and people got sneakier about it. Because we see games that it's like, if the game says, made for graphics card X from company Y, can you guarantee that it's that way because it's been specialized for that card, or specialized against somebody else's? And it's enough to kind of make it is enough to make a man question. And it's enough to make a man notice, you know? I think that I might actually end off the stream very early here, because I cannot stay warm. I can't stay warm. I've got my heated blanket turned up to max on my feet. I'm wearing full uniform here. I am frozen solid right now. So I think, since I saw Pippa go online, I'm probably gonna raid you guys over towards her if you guys don't mind. And then I'm going to sit upstairs with my oven turned on and just heat up my damn house that way. Because I think that's probably gonna be a pretty decent way to go about things. So I'm gonna hang out with you guys for a bit, and then we're gonna probably raid you guys over to another place. And I'm sorry that it's only like an hour and a half stream, but I thought I'd be able to keep this room a little bit warmer. I just can't. It is so damn cold. Also, I don't know if I can even raid Pippa. I don't think she has raids turned on. I don't think she does. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. She's doing like one of those Genshin Impact streams. I do want to see. Let's test out real quick. If I were to raid Pippa right now, right? Does she have... Yes, she does. Yes, she does. All right, we're not... I don't think we're raiding yet, but we might be. Yeah, you know what? We're not raiding yet. I just wanted to do a check to see if we even could, so we can raid over there. So, if you guys want to hop over into the Twitch, I will get you guys raided over there. You guys can hang out with those fun folks. They are pretty amazing, and I enjoy all of them. The good Kapipis, and yeah, I tolerate the Hareens. I want to say apologies for doing a short stream today. I really do. I hope that you guys will all have a wonderful day. And I hope that you guys will just enjoy every moment you've got. Because whether you're warm and comfy and toasty, or super uncomfy and sad, days come, days go, and life finds itself a way, you know? You guys are gonna make it work just fine. I believe in you. So, go over, raid the Pippa, have some fun, enjoy the Genshin Impact stream, and if I can get my house warm up, I will try and come back later. But until next time, folks, thank you guys so much. Please look out for each other, look out for yourselves, have yourselves a wonderful day. Where am I? Hi, hello, what, where am I? It's all busted. Have yourselves a good day, have a good life. I appreciate all of you. How long till it's considered historic? Wait, where's that coming from? Where am I?